My low light is the revival of tariffs and protectionism in America, particularly led by Trump. So during the election campaign, there was a lot of talk about how, he's going to rebuild American industry, rebuild American manufacturing, and he's going to do that in part by, he said, introducing a 10% tariff, or at some points he says 20% tariff across the board on all imports to the United States. That's up from currently an average tariff of about 2%. Now, this is bad for a few different reasons. Firstly, from a self-interested British perspective, the US introducing a tariffs on all goods would be pretty bad for Britain, in the sense that the US is, by a significant margin, Britain's largest trading partner. Almost a quarter of all British exports go to the United States. So it's about 190 billion pounds a year in exports to the US. And so tariffs will have presumably a negative effect on that. But in the aggregate, it's also not good for the US economy, because what we see over and over again is when you introduce tariffs, okay, a lot of it is the cost is borne by the consumer, but it does have some benefits for local producers, but particularly those ones that aren't particularly competitive internationally. And that you can say, oh well, surely that's a good thing. You're protecting our workers from competition. But what that means is you get people stuck in inefficient industries that are still on a downward trajectory overall, and those people sort of don't transition into more productive industries. So it's essentially a waste of capital, and it's a waste of human lives.